Saturday night at 6 p.m., it'll be a game between two teams that are combined 0-7.
Somebody's got to get a win.
As Wareham travels to Case.
Yep, I mean that's the only thing that's gonna be for sure on Saturday night is one of these teams is gonna get their first win.
Because you said that, there will be a tie.
No, please don't have a tie, please.
You know how hard it is to have a tie in high school football these days?
It is pretty tricky. But it's one of those things. I think we've talked about this in years past, where two winless teams after a couple weeks into the season, that getting that first win is a huge deal for a program, and it can kind of turn things around, hopefully, and, give the kids some confidence. And I know both Wareham and Case, they're in desperate need of a win. Wareham this past week ended up losing to Dighton Rehoboth, and it was they got shut out in that game. And that was the first time this year they'd been shut out.
They were so close the week before against Seekonk, and then nothing against the Falcons.
Yeah, the Vikings in their first two games had scored a combined 50 points. So they were putting some points on the board. They had no answer for the Falcons, really struggled offensively to get anything going. They were held to just 6 passing yards and only 112 rushing yards in that game.
Which the week before that, Josh Onogiogu had almost that many in the first half.
Yeah, just by himself.
So,
So, it was definitely a tough game last week. This week they're facing Case, a team that I think that was the only team they beat last year. So you got to have a little bit of confidence going into that game. And the Cardinals, their first 4 games this year, they've lost by a combined 187 to 54. So they're not. Yeah,
that's a lot of points to give up.
Yeah, they're giving up a lot of points and they're not scoring a lot of points. But last week in the loss to Bourne, they actually the Cardinals pulled to within 3 in the second half, but then Bourne ended up scoring 2 touchdowns down the stretch, and kind of looked more lopsided than it was in that game. And quarterback Brendan Costa, he had 2 touchdown passes last week for the Cardinals. So he's probably going to be the focal point of Wareham's defense going into this one. And I really think it's kind of, there's going to be a lot of momentum, maybe from that first quarter. Whichever team starts off, has the better start to this game, I think will win this, this battle of winless teams.
Well, that's the good thing about the Vikings is they can get to the quarterback.
Yep.
So hopefully that will ring true Saturday night at 6 o'clock when they travel to Case. You can follow along with all the action or tweet us if you're at the game at SC_varsity.